My name is Bruno and I'm the founder of RMRK, the most advanced NFT system in the world. Let me explain what it is. First, in order to understand RMRK itself, we have to understand the context it came from. And so it's important to understand that RMRK is actually a protocol for developing NFTs on the Kusama blockchain. Kusama, if you're not familiar, is the canary network for the Polkadot blockchain, and both of them are actually designed to help other blockchains connect to each other. In a way, these are meta blockchains, blockchain bridges that actually allow other completely unrelated blockchains to talk to each other, often allowing for feature spreading, so that if one blockchain has a certain feature set, connecting to this ecosystem will automatically give these features to all the other already connected blockchains. So you can imagine how launching NFTs in such a system might be extremely useful, because you can easily transfer them from one blockchain that's application specific to another blockchain that's specific to another application use case. And so the Kusama blockchain itself has actually started out as kind of like this incentivized testnet for Polkadot, but it's since evolved into its own thing. It's an independent blockchain now with its own little cult-like fervor in its fans, and it kind of went in this cypherpunky, artsy direction that not a lot of people expected initially. So it's a blockchain with quite a lot of value locked in it, and a very devoted following of stakers, of users, and of enthusiasts. The blockchain actually has an on-chain treasury and supports these artsy use cases like the Vancouver Art Project, which is an AR installation of blockchain-related NFTs and other events, which you can explore actually in augmented reality under a Vancouver overpass, which I can tell you if you get in touch after this talk. So Kusama, in a nutshell, is what art will call home in the very near future. As it develops these features that are pending, we foresee that it's going to be the great merger of universes. All of these other art platforms are going to combine through the power of Kusama. Now, because Kusama is actually a relay chain, we call these chains relay chains, and relay chains are intended to just connect other chains together so that they can talk to each other. Kusama needs to stay lightweight so that it can process these cross-chain transactions. And if it needs to stay lightweight, that means it cannot have smart contracts, because smart contracts are by definition heavy. Smart contracts are like spreadsheets that you tack onto the platform, where these spreadsheets contain some custom values that you define. These are NFTs, or these are fungible tokens. These are all sorts of values on chain. And so if Kusama had smart contracts, it would no longer be lightweight. So how can we put NFTs onto a blockchain with no smart contracts? Well, it's actually not that hard. We actually, what we did with RMRK is we graffiti the blocks. So we used the colored coins method from Bitcoin as an inspiration. And in this use case, we actually add some special values, special messages alongside the blocks of the chain. These do not change the state of the chain, the database of the chain, but they're logged regardless. And every node connected to the blockchain will be aware of these messages. Now, if you have a common understanding of what these messages mean, you can actually interpret them in a special way. So imagine if you were the member of a Red Turtles gang and you were walking through town. And so imagine if somebody else was just a civilian. Now, if a civilian saw the graffiti of a blue turtle on a wall, they might think, ah, nice drawing, and move along. But you know, as a Red Turtles member, that you should not go further, because this is Blue Turtle territory. And you know this because you share a common message with the Blue Turtle gang and the other gangs in the neighborhood, where you recognize each other's symbols in these messages. And so this is how RMRK works. It's a set of specifications and rules to extract special meaning from messages that we store alongside blocks on the chain. Now, RMRK on its own right now in version 1.0, which is launched on mainnet, and you can use it on the platform singular.rmrk.app, which is our official minting and trading UI for NFTs on Kusama. It has basic functionality like collections and NFTs. Every NFT is a part of a collection, and the collection is like a class of NFTs that everybody has to define in order to mint an NFT. Alongside that, we also have the emote functionality, which allows you to send an emote, a reaction like you would on any social network, to any NFT that's published on RMRK. And this is actually really interesting as a price discovery method, because people will react to something that evokes reactions, but also as a gamification method. In fact, this proved to be so popular in a recent contest of ours that we actually broke Kusama for 2 days, which is really interesting. And so we have these what's called interactions defined in these special messages, in these graffiti. And these are what you might expect in any NFT platform. So send, consume for burning, and emote that I just mentioned. But we also have platform level list and buy, so that you can trade NFTs without relying on a marketplace that somebody else develops. This is also very practical. And if you put together consume and emote, actually you can come up with some really creative use cases, like burn an NFT to create another one. For example, if an in-game character has a health potion, that's an NFT, and you can define a special rule that when this potion is burnt, you mint an empty bottle. And so in-game, this would be displayed as consuming the health potion and keeping the bottle, but on the chain, this would be just burning the full health potion bottle NFT and getting an empty bottle NFT in return. So this can be abstracted. So this is a really composable system already in RMRK 1.0. And allows you to build really complex use cases that usually would require smart contracts, but in this case they don't, because it's all like graffiti based, right? Now, NFTs of this type are already popular, and the sales are going through the roof. Like even now, as the NFT hype is said to have died down a little bit, the volumes are still insane. But they can be, like NFTs themselves can be much more than things that just gather digital dust in your wallet or wait for the next NFT hype wave to hit so that they become popular again. They can actually be art Legos. And so this is what we're building with RMRK. It's art Legos. In our system, NFTs can own other NFTs. NFTs can belong to other NFTs. NFTs can have multiple resources, so that, for example, if you mint an ebook NFT, that one NFT can have an audio file, a PDF file, and a high-resolution cover image. And depending on which context you load it in, like, for example, you load it into Audible, it'll start playing. If you load it into OpenSea, it'll show you the cover to sell it, buy it. If you load it into Singular, our application, you will be able to read it because we have the PDF reader built in. There's on-chain emotes that I already mentioned, and there's also conditional rendering that lets you modify things. So for example, if your NFT detects that it got 50 rocket emoji sent to it, and your NFT is an image of a moon, then it can switch to showing a moon base on the moon because it got 50 rocket emoji. And so you have dynamic reactive NFTs that can react to on-chain and off-chain information about them and about the world and about the NFTs around them. We also have NFTs being governed as DAOs, because these NFTs now have special functionality. They have some functions you can call. And so to do this, you can do this as the owner of the NFT, but you can also turn the NFT into fungible tokens, distribute those, and then the community can plutocratically or democratically govern that NFT's functionality. So if you want to, for example, when you have nested NFTs that own other NFTs, you can imagine this as an in-game character with a backpack. So an in-game character is an NFT that owns a backpack NFT, and that backpack NFT owns a health potion NFT. And so in order to consume that health potion, you need to issue a command to it. And so if you fractionalize that into fungible tokens, then the community can decide when the character drinks the potion. So let's put it all together in some examples. Notably, Canaria is our initial collectible offering, which we are using as a tech demo and proof of concept of this nested functionality, where we are developing special limited edition birds that will have variable components that are interchangeable. So you can unequip a trumpet, you get it in your inventory, you can sell it on the open market. You can sell it to another bird, another owner, and they can equip it into their bird. The appearance of the bird will change in any platform rendering that avatar. That means that if your bird is represented anywhere else in the web, which integrates our renderer for this, it's automatically going to switch. This is a proof of concept that you can learn more about on canaria.rmrk.app. There's also this interesting use case, the billboard. So imagine that there's a metaverse with some pieces of land, and you buy a piece of land, you buy 3 pieces of land like NFTs. So you have these NFTs which are actually land. Then imagine you go to Singular, our marketplace, and you buy a billboard NFT. That billboard NFT has a 3D representation and a 2D representation to be shown in the marketplace, but also the 3D representation. This NFT can be sent to the land, and so now the land owns this billboard NFT. Now what Bob can do, Bob can issue the equip order to the land so that it equips the billboard, and the billboard shows up in the metaverse. It appears. It becomes visible. Now let's imagine that this billboard is minted into fungible tokens by Bob. So it has several tokens that represent co-ownership of this billboard, and he sells them to the community. So now Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Nike realize this metaverse is popular, and people, as they put their VR headsets on, they end up in front of this billboard, so naturally they want an ad on it. What they have to do now is they have to actually mint an NFT that matches the texture of the ad and send it to the ad billboard. But the billboard will not automatically show that ad. In fact, now it's up to these corporations to bribe the community token holders so that they can actually choose which one of these ads to implement. And so with this, you have community-governed virtual real estate management, which is pretty revolutionary for metaverse management, especially since it happens without smart contracts. So that's basically it. We have a lot of different use cases that are super interesting on our official blog or on our Twitter, RMRK app, RMRK app. Get in touch on Telegram, Twitter, wherever you want, and we'd be happy to talk about more scenarios with you. We're a small team developing really quickly, iterating really quickly. We just finished a raise and we're ready to conquer the Polkadot and Kusama world with the most advanced NFTs in the world. Thank you very much, and I hope to hear from all of you very soon.